Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by SeatGeek. This is episode 348. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Howdy. Seems like the right day for a howdy, right?
Seems like the perfect day for a howdy.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. We are,
Don't mess with Texas.
We're past tax day, which is cool.
Don't say that.
It's pretty nice, right?
No, we're cranking it out. I think today is the day we get things finalized.
You guys have not. You just waited till the end, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know why we waited till the end? I'll take full blame. It's because of this stupid business that we're running here, Nate.
Yeah.
This really puts a wrench in things. But you know what? We do it for the people. We do it for the people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're at with tax day. So to your point, not a sigh of relief just yet.
Is it because it was on a weekend day? Is that why it goes past the 15th? Did you get an extension?
We didn't get an extension. I think if you look at the calendar.
I just thought tax day was always the 15th.
No, if you look at the calendar, it's actually tomorrow.
Oh. Your boy's self-employed technically.
That's always fun with taxes.
Big chunk of change came out of the account on Friday. Big. A large quantity came out. But hey, we're here.
We're here. What was the best? Let's flip the script here. What was the best thing that happened to you this weekend?
Oh man, dude, I'm so lucky to see all my family. Saturday we had like a little family reunion. Dude, just people coming in from everywhere: Virginia, Florida, Washington, California. Like people just came in from everywhere. So it was cool. Didn't get a whole lot of baseball viewing in, but Mama Reyes came down, ate some good food, gained some weight, and got to see a whole bunch of people. So, yeah, it was a good weekend.
Love that.
Yeah.
Family's always good. That was kind of the same thing for me. We had my grandmother's birthday up in Pennsylvania, so I made a little day trip of it. Got to catch up with the fam, got to celebrate Grandma a little bit, and right back into it here on a fine Monday morning.
Did you get some cake?
Oh, I had some cake.
Yeah.
All right, so get this, dude.
What was the cake choice?
The cake that was made, it wasn't purchased, it was made. And it was based off of those Good Humor ice cream bars. You know which ones I'm talking about? Where it was like the strawberry ones. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? Please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I do. They're like bars.
They would sell them at school. Yeah, like the ice cream bars. Hold on.
Are you talking about the strawberry one where it had like little red specks all on the outside?
Yeah. Yeah, like these things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those
so
slap.
it was based off that, and it was one of the better cakes I think I've ever had. Fantastic.
Not an ice cream cake though.
No.
Just a true cake, but based on that.
Just with the flavoring hinted at that.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me, I did, as you saw, got my Scoop Wells fix in this weekend.
Shout out Scoop Wells.
Got everybody there. Finally, everyone got it. Everyone understood.
Oh, this was more than just a you and Paige thing. This was...
Yeah, her parents and my mom all went, and...
Good for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remind the people who don't know about Scoop Wells.
If you don't know Scoop Wells, you haven't watched our WBC movie, which exposes you a little bit. And I don't know if I want to explain it to you until you watch that movie. So if you still need a description after that, I understand. But if you don't, and you don't know what's going on, go watch the movie.
Maybe don't tell them.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
Yeah. Well-oiled machine too, dude. They were running through people. Like, long line, no problem. Real solid work.
I'm gonna start using the soundboard a little more in case you didn't catch the drift last episode. Nate, let's get into some series outcomes from the weekend. A lot of good baseball, a lot of bad baseball, a lot of in-between baseball. But let's bring the people up to speed here. I think we're gonna make this more of a Monday thing. I think that's kind of what we talked about. Kind of use the first part or the early part of the Monday episodes to bring the people up to speed on maybe some things they had missed. Because as we all know, if we're a fan of a specific team, we're not always up to date with what's going on around the league.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so that's where your friends Kyle and Nate come into play. Looking at the Red Sox-Angels series, Red Sox, despite Game 4 of that series, currently in a weather delay right now. The Red Sox have already taken the series. The Red Sox entering Monday were able to get back to 500. Shout out Gerritt Whitlock, the first Red Sox starter to come back out for the sixth inning, Nate.
Whoa.
The sixth inning.
Wait. The sixth.
I'll say that again for
Not
you.
Not through six.
No.
Sixth.
Gerritt Whitlock was the first Red Sox starter to come back out for the sixth inning. To come back out for the sixth inning, not to complete. To come back out for the sixth inning. Finish with 7 innings under his belt. It took 16 games. The Red Sox were the last team in baseball to have a starting pitcher go more than 5 innings.
But hey, they won the series.
And with that win on Sunday, the American League East, again, entering Monday, is now the only division with every team at 500 or better entering Monday. The Guardians...
Been telling you for years. Best division in baseball. Don't come at me.
Best division in baseball. The Guardians over the Nationals. The Nationals welcome back Josh Bell, who at 500 for the series, who, for all intents and purposes, has not been the greatest major league hitter to start the year. I think I saw last night while I was digging around for some notes that he, I think going into this series, was one of the 3 worst qualified hitters in baseball. And I think Javi Baez may have been in the mix too.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Bum.
I think he was. But yeah, Josh Bell hit 500 for the series, including his first home run of the season. But the Nats avoid a sweep with a close win on Sunday, and they will be welcoming their Beltway rival Baltimore Orioles on Tuesday. Twins and Yankees go for the split. Cole salvages said split with an ace-like performance. Big props to Gerritt Cole. He's been exactly what the Yankees paid him to be. The Jays over the Rays. The Rays dropped their first 2 losses of the season consecutively after starting the season 13-0. But I believe we're able to pull out Game 3 of that series on Sunday.
And now that makes the Yankees actually the last team in baseball to have not dropped a series yet. Pretty interesting little nugget there.
That is interesting. And what else is interesting is now so that would put the Rays at, they started 13-0, 14-2.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see correctly? We'll get into some standings updates, but did I see that the Braves are 12-4? Who's the next best team in baseball?
Deep. 12-4 Braves, 11-5 Brewers.
Brewers, that's right. That's what's crazy about this sport, man. All the hubbub, and we contributed to it with the Rays, but they're only up what, 2 games?
4 up 4. in the division. You mean, right?
No. On the next best team.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All the craziness, and I
Yeah.
get it. Like that's an impressive feat to start the season that way. But I mean, that just goes to show you it's a long season.
It sure is.
Which
Law of averages. That's the beauty of our game.
Which last thing I'll say on this series, I had more than one person, I'll say that, reach out to me, letting me know that they were hopping on board with your take about the Rays and coming
Let's
back down to
go.
earth. Maybe even
Yeah.
Kevin Cash thrown into the mix about your little prediction there.
I like it.
The Reds and Phillies split. Phillies put up a 9-run first on Sunday en route to a 14-3 shellacking of the Reds. Bryson Stott ties a franchise record by starting the season with a 16-game hitting streak. Friend of the pod, Bryson Stott. Shout out to the kid. Marlins over the D-backs. D-backs avoid the sweep as Zach Gallen outduels Sandy Alcantara, who, I'll be honest with you, he struggled a little bit out of the gate.
It's all right.
Outside of his, what was that, a CG against the Twins?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's had three starts outside of that. Has not been very Alcantara-like.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can get back on track. The
Even
Orioles,
with that, the ERA is like, I think it's above 4.
yeah, it's not
Even
good.
with that CG. He'll be all right, though.
It's not good. He'll be all right. The Orioles over the White Sox. Chicago drops to 6-10 entering Monday. The White Sox are still looking for their first series win of the season. Talking about series wins. White Sox don't have one yet. Pirates and Cardinals.
They might be more fraudulent than
I don't
a
want
lot of other teams.
I don't want to talk about it. The jury's still out for me on the White Sox, man. I don't know what direction to take.
I think I'm out. I'm all done. This early, too. It's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same thing. Injury bug. You get a couple flash-in-the-pan performances from your stars, and then they get hurt. They have no depth. I'm just not in. Sorry. A lot of big dudes in the lineup that just it's hard to have. They have like a big and slow type lineup right now. You know what I mean? Not super athletic. So, which is fine. It's just I don't love their identity. And I mean, if the Twins are running the show right now, yeah, I would say I'm more about the Twins than I am the White Sox, which is crazy. Still the Guardians division, though, yeah.
Yeah, but please don't get carried away with the Twins, Nate.
I'm not overreacting there.
Need I remind you your preseason thoughts on the Twins? It's been 16 games.
I'm not overreacting there. It's still the Guardians division, but
all right.
Yeah. Sorry, White Sox. I'm all done.
Pirates and the Cardinals split. Cardinals get a big boost for the walk-off win on Sunday, courtesy of Tommy Edman. The Mets sweep the A's. Pete Alonso continues to mash. The A's continue to be garbage.
Mm-hmm.
The most exciting thing to happen in Oakland this weekend, there's a possum that's preventing visiting broadcast teams to do their work. Because it's living in the walls. But A's fans tell me that this is a great place. It's a great. They tell me it's a great baseball city. I don't doubt them. I know I've talked to A's fans that love the A's, but you're not helping your case. This thing has been. You know what? We'll get into it a little later. I don't want to open this just yet.
Burn it down with the possum inside.
We'll get into that. The Braves. Oh, and last thing I'll say about the A's continue to be trash. Their run differential is now at negative 63.
Love to see it.
It's been 16 games. The The Braves sweep the Royals. Vaughn Grissom, recent call-up, gets the go-ahead RBI in the 9th on Sunday. Royals' woes at home continue. They are now 1-9 on the season at Kauffman. Royals, just a royal disappointment. The Tigers over the Giants. Sunday's game was postponed due to weather. I think that'll be in June or July.
We told you about the Giants, too. Nobody believed us. We told you. They're 5-9.
No, and I get that, but you got to admit that's a pretty surprising outcome, no? I get it's the Giants.
Surprised.
No, but it's the Tigers, man. Come on. You're letting Miggy walk you off on Jackie Robinson Day. Like you're at an all-time low at that point. And no disrespect towards Miggy, but I think we can all agree that this man is just he's waiting for the end.
Yeah. He's
because
crawling to the finish line.
There's nothing to play for if you're a Detroit Tiger at this point.
Yeah.
We mentioned Javi Baez a little bit. Nate's not a big Javi Baez guy right now. He got benched I think it was like the end of last week. But in the 2 games that he played this weekend, went 4 for 8. So maybe it was a little bit of a turning point for Mr. Baez. It's possible. Nate doesn't necessarily agree.
It's like don't be the loudest guy on the field and be hitting $120. You know what I mean? Like, no approach change, pimping a ball off the wall when you have 1 home run on the year, not knowing how many outs there are. It's like, it's such a slap in the face to the franchise, to the organization. Spent all this money on you, and you look like you can't walk around and move around on the field like you're Manny Machado without having the Manny Machado numbers. You can't hot dog stuff. You can't try to be smooth and cool with everything you do unless you provide the numbers. The guy's been a waste of money so far. Garbage attitude. I'm fully, completely done with Javi Baez. Completely. Bum. Waste of money.
Should we bring the bum list back? It's been a minute since we had the bum list in the works.
I'm down.
Cubs over the Dodgers. Cody Bellinger returns to Dodger Stadium. Robs a home run, hits a home run of his own, and not to mention gets hit with a pitch clock violation following his first AB standing ovation. Have some feel.
Read the room, man.
Please.
Like, come on.
Oh. We're not allowed. Let's move on. Can't talk about the pitch clock.
Oh, yeah. Crap.
That was requested.
That was close.
We almost.
That was close.
Almost had a conversation about it, but we're not going to do that because we were
good for Belly. Good for Belly.
A
little confidence booster there. Go back home and
I told
do
you,
your thing.
man. Yelich and Belly, give it some time. Let the gears start turning a little bit.
I think Yelich is. Yeah. I think he's a shell of himself.
I say again, give it some time. Let the gears start turning a little bit, and we might see something. This is just a ploy for Nate.
Yeah, you're just trying to trade Yelich from your fantasy team. That guy's done. That back, he's got a 95-year-old back. He's all done.
No, Nate's just trying to play defense here. Keep the hot stove quiet. That's all he's trying to do here. I see what you're doing. I'm not trying to talk Yelich up. I was talking up. Yeah, that was one of my 3 storyline hot takes before the season started. If you recall, I said Belly and Yelich are going to bounce back in major ways. And I didn't have Yelich on my team at that point. I just picked up Yelich. This is all this weekend. You're right.
Disturbing ploy.
I'm playing the long game here. Who else we got here? Mariners sweep the Rockies. Luis Castillo, brilliant. Near perfect, some might say, on Sunday's in Sunday's 1-0 win to secure the sweep. Brewers over the Padres. This was an interesting series. Padres offense has just been asleep recently. They dropped 3 of 4 to the Brewers. Padres offense musters only 5 runs across those 3 losses, including being shut out in Game 4, a game in which Darvish went 7 innings with 12 Ks and only allowed 1 earned run. Game ended 1-0. Did you see the final at-bat, though?
No.
Trent Grisham's up at the plate, bases loaded, scores 1-0, bottom of the 9th, 3-2 count. And just lets it go right by.
Oh, no. Looking for the walk.
Just lets it go right by. I
Gets
think
a
it was at
little
the top of the
stuck.
zone. I had it pulled up in the car on the way home yesterday. But what's even crazier than that, and I might have to like bleep myself out here because we're not allowed to talk about this. We've been asked to move on, but the tool that Major League Baseball implemented this year, one of the new rules, I think you know what I'm referring to. That object was counting down for this final pitch, and it got to 1. It got to 1, and Devin Williams gets the pitch off just in time.
Look at that.
1. If he lets time expire,
Tie ball game.
that's a run, tie ball game. Outcome could be completely different. You could be looking at a potential split there if you're the Padres, but no luck. And lastly here, Rangers over the Astros. I had a special investment in last night's game. I was trying to pull out the dub in fantasy. The individual I was going up against had Andrew Heaney, who is the starter for the Rangers. I had Framber Valdez, who was going for the Astros. They went 6 score, like each of them. Well, I think
looked
Heaney
like
went,
it was going to be a duel the whole way through.
Yeah, I think Heaney only went 5, but it was scoreless through 6, and then the Rangers just exploded in the 7th and 8th innings, put up 9 runs, including a semi and grand slam. So, you know what, dude? The Rangers are making some noise.
I know. And the Astros don't look to be in full swing mode quite yet. 7-9 right now.
I think we talk about this every year. Because I have to acknowledge that I'm talking up some teams, maybe giving some teams some props, but at the same time, certain teams, certain players, I'm saying, well, yeah, but at what point in the season can we start taking things as they are? Because we're talking Yelich. It's like, well, it's early. We're talking Belly. Well, yeah, it's early. We'll see. Talk about the Rangers. Making some noise.
It's
But
tough,
it's early.
like overall. Because you look at them at 7-9, they're still only 2.5 back. So if they're still in 4th place by the All-Star break, it might be a little bit of panic mode.
You're talking for the Astros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair?
Well, I mean, you're talking specifically Astros. I'm talking like generally, though, like across baseball. Like at what point can we just start taking things as they are? Because I agree with you. Like for the Astros especially, with
As a
these
team,
seasons they've been
I feel
having.
like a team and an individual is a little different. You know?
Okay, well, let's talk team then.
I would say end of June. That's a good chunk
I would almost go end of May.
where it's time to start worrying a little
like,
bit.
Not necessarily time to worry, but like to where we can really start taking stock into what we're seeing on the field across the league. Like 2 months. Like I'm not gonna get like we're not crucifying anybody after a month, but
Yeah.
2 whole months, identities have to start taking form for a team. 2 months. But,
the roster's there, though. That's
I'll play
the thing.
it safe. I'll go with you. I'll say June.
Roster's there. They can swing it. And they have a lot of pitching. I'm not sure what's going on right now. I think they'll be all right. Unfortunately.
We're still talking Astros.
I'm ready for this to end. Yeah, I'm ready for that to end. But it's, I don't know. I mean, certain teams you can already see, your bottom feeders. You already know that stuff. That's it. It just depends on each team. But the bottom feeders, you can figure that out at the end of April. You can be out of the hunt pretty quick. I.e., Royals, A's, Nats, Reds, Rockies.
All right, so what's crazy, though, you mentioned the Reds. I put out that tweet last night saying that with the Red Sox entering Monday at 8-8, every American League East team is 500 or better. The next closest division actually is the Reds in the NL Central. Reds are at 6-9. Not saying they're not a bottom feeder. I just thought that was interesting. And I know it's early, but that's all we have to go off of right now. So take that as you will. Take that as you will. Speaking of which, let's look at the standings here real quick before we get into some more headline-based stuff. Looking at the American League East, from top to bottom, we got the Rays, Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Red Sox. American League Central, we got the Twins, Guardians, White Sox, Tigers, Royals. American League West, sitting at the top, you got the Rangers, the Mariners, Angels, Astros, and the A's. Switching leagues here. National League East, from top to bottom, you got Braves, Mets, Marlins, Phillies, and Nats. Some people are starting to panic a little bit about the Phillies. National League Central, Brewers, Cubs, Pirates in third place.
Look at that.
Let's go Pirates.
Who are we comparing them to all year? We said some would say that they've done more to get better than
the Brewers.
The Brewers.
The offseason.
Okay.
We were talking about the offseason and how the Pirates, relatively speaking, did more
they're not
than the Brewers.
Yeah, they're not as good, but they definitely did more to improve.
Absolutely not. Especially with the start the Brewers have having. Fourth place, Cardinals. Fifth place, Reds. National League West, you got the D-backs.
Look at that.
The Dodgers. Yeah, how about that, man? The D-backs, Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and the Rockies. Which of these catches your eye? 16 games in.
I think the Diamondbacks definitely are more real. Like, we talked about that. We talked about them being a threat, possibly sneaking in. No, I don't think they'll win the division, but that for sure. And I'm nervous for the Phillies. But yeah, I would say they're going to be okay. But I don't know.
Let me just, I'll be the first to say, I love that Bryce is coming back sooner than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball is better when Bryce is playing.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you, dude. The more I read about, well, he's going to come back as a DH. They'll worry about the fielding later. We'll get him in the outfield at a later part of the year. And then it's, well, let's stick him at first because Reese is out.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like the more I hear about it, that it's more of a scramble. And I get it. If you're the Phillies, that's what you need to do. You need to find reinforcements any which way you can get them. But I really hope that they're not rushing this along. I really hope. Because I feel like they're scrambling a little bit. They're panicking a little bit. I don't know.
They still have a really good lineup. Has pitching been the biggest issue? I mean, I know Nola has not been what Nola is expected to be. I guess it is probably starting pitching, huh?
That would be my guess.
Yeah. Bullpen as well. I don't know though. The bullpen, they did some things to bulk up a little bit. I liked what they did for the bullpen.
Matt Strom's been a guy who
He's been thrown in the rotation now.
he's been pretty solid for him so far.
Yeah, they
But
may
it's
need
not
to be
enough.
buyers. They may need to be buyers before the deadline, just to stay afloat.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because
We talked about it. We talked about it in the offseason. You can't. We saw it last year. I mean, it worked out for him, but you can't just stay afloat year after year until your
Right.
guys come back. Like, you have to, if it means tapping into the trade market a little bit, maybe
which Dombrowski is
premature.
not scared to do.
No,
You know,
but like, we can't just do what we can to ride it out until the storm passes, because this year it may be one guy, the next year it may be two guys. Last year it
Right.
was Harper. This year we're looking at Harper and Reese.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to figure something else out.
Yeah.
But Bryce will be back soon. It sounds like he'll be back next month. But you just gotta at least straighten it out a little bit more than what you're doing now. And I know it goes without saying, but
Are you a little nervous for Rob Thompson? Do you feel like Philly Rob was just a little bit of a
I mean, Philly Rob, like,
little fluky?
the whole Philly Rob movement, I will say, doesn't, at this point in time, that could change, but it
Loses
doesn't
steam.
carry the same juice
Uh-uh.
as it did coming into the season or even at the end of last season.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see.
Didn't I hear something? I heard something. He was like down to retire. Like the Phillies weren't bringing him back. He was down to walk out and just be all done with baseball.
No,
So
that was last year, I thought.
Right. If he didn't get the job from last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like anyone that's, I don't know, right there on the, like, halfway out, foot out the door kind of mentality. I don't know. I like Philly Rob, but underwhelming, to say the least, to start the year.
You know who has not been underwhelming? We already mentioned Gerritt Cole. 2-hit CG shutout with 10 Ks on Sunday. As I mentioned, just an ace doing ace things. Now 4-0 on the season, lowered his ERA to 0.95 across 4 starts. Took the Twins down on 109 pitches in just 2 hours and 7 minutes. And I got another little note here. Got the final 9 outs on just 25 pitches. That's efficiency, especially late in the game.
Mm-hmm. Especially with a close game, too. That's not a 7-8 run ball game. That's like a 2-run ball game where you still can't completely attack guys. So,
yeah, known for giving up the long ball last year. He actually led the American League with 33 home runs allowed last year. Has not allowed a single one to start the season. He's opened the season with 4 straight wins for the second time.
yeah. This is what aces are supposed to do. It's supposed to be the stopper. I mean, we saw an ugly game this weekend with the Twins throwing up 9 in the first inning. I mean, they're not healthy. Yankees aren't healthy yet. So it's like you got to have your guys show up and do their thing. This is what you get paid to do. So, a very unhealthy bullpen. We just saw Stanton go down. He's now out for a good month and a half. So, this is just what you pay these guys to do. They got to show up, got to do their thing. So I'm here for it. And it seems like Cole has embraced his weirdness. It seems like he's just openly okay being weird. And he's accepted that he's a weirdo, which I'm cool with. He's playing peekaboo with some kid in the stands, in the dugout, eating bananas like a freaking nut job. Dude's just strange. Also, there's a theory that he is fully bought into the Yankee way because his hair is much shorter than what it has been. So maybe there's a little something there. I don't know. And it looks like he has new cleats finally. He's been rocking the same, those Nike Huarache cleats that have been around since 2012.
Since 2006, yeah.
He's finally swapped in some good ones. So, yeah. It seems like he's settled in. It seems like he's a little more confident and comfortable.
Yeah, and for his sake, he either needs to win the Cy Young or get out. Because I'm tired. I've said it before. I'm tired every preseason. And to his credit, he's helping himself out here. He's off to about as good of a start as he can be. But every preseason, Gerritt Cole, Cy Young favorite. It's is this guy just chalk at this point for that award to start the year? Because it never seems to pan out that way come October or November.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to do it, just do it, Cole, please. If you need to be weird to get it done, fine.
Yeah.
Just
be you.
I'm done. I'm just win it or get out of the conversation. Open up some space for some new names. But like I said, he's off to a good start. Another guy who's been as good as advertised, Luis Castillo.
Oh my goodness.
Bid for a perfect game was broken up by a single, Jerks and Profar, I believe, in the 7th on Sunday. Another close game. We're talking close games. That was a 1-0 win for Seattle over the Rockies. Final numbers for the day: 7 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, and 9 Ks. Lowers his ERA. Do you know his ERA right now? You want to guess?
Is it below 1?
It's below 1.
0.6.
0.73.
Ooh.
That's a huge pet peeve of mine. Is when you want to share something cool or exciting with somebody,
and I go lower,
and you all the person either guesses
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
that's just
I like when I go to the grocery store and I'm like, guess how much I got all this stuff for? They're like $30. I'm like, no, that's not realistic. But I see what you're saying. I can see why that's a pet peeve. I'm going to go out on a limb. You say
0.6, 0.73 sounds like, you might as well just quit the league at that point. That's astronomically high.
Yeah. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say this won't be the last perfect game bid against the Rockies this year. So someone else is going to be doing it.
Or for Luis Castillo, dude. This guy's been probably nails.
Yeah. Yep.
And to think that the Yankees could have had him.
Could have had him.
What a shame.
Yeah. Settled on Frankie Montas.
How's that working out for you? Nah, I can't even talk, dude. I'd kill for Frankie Montas at this point. I think
he'd be your ace. Yeah, he absolutely
would. Absolutely be our ace, dude. This is a joke. 16 games to get into the 6th inning for a starting pitcher. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Another Mariner who's been making waves, Jarred Kelenic, dude. We talked about this either just before the season started or right as things got going. I think it was right before the season started because I picked him up. I know I keep talking about fantasy. People probably get tired of me talking about fantasy, but I picked up Kelenic and you were like, are you going with the whole buy low kind of thing? And I was like,
yeah.
if he's gonna do it, I have a feeling this would be the year that he's gonna do it. And
Yeah.
the dude has been having a week or two,
Yeah.
just going off on a tear.
This is what they've been saying he has in him. It's good to see, honestly. Like, it's good to see, because you never want somebody like that to fizzle out and be a flop. But this is like his put up or shut up year. You know what I mean? Like, I think the experiment would be over if we don't have a solid year. So, yeah, dude looks lights out and hitting for juice too. He's got pop right now.
Yeah, he's got a career best 10-game hitting streak. Has been holding it down in right. And like you said, been hitting not just for contact. He's been hitting for power, dude. He's been hitting tanks. Like, I'm pretty sure that one in Wrigley. Was that Kelenic that hit it straight away center?
Big boy.
It was like way up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like it.
Dude's
I'm here for
some charges and some balls. That goes to show you, dude, this is such a mental game.
It is. And it goes to show you that you got to have patience. Like, you got to let these guys figure it out a little bit. You know what I mean? And you can, like, really just pat the Mariners on the back for giving it time, because it's like you can't have a ton of patience when you're one of the division leaders, you know, when you're expected to compete for the division. You don't normally have a ton of time to let that stuff pan out and play out and get his feet under him. So, but it's funny how quick we can react and how quick we can just write people off. It's like, no, there's a reason this guy is, you know, he was a highly touted prospect. So just let him get his feet under him a little bit. Let him figure it out. Write him in the lineup every day. And yeah, now we're seeing it. So I hope it stays.
Something that I hope doesn't stay. Can I like put that in my social media bios? Can I just be the segue guy, the transition guy?
I think you should put it on your resume.
It's episode after episode. Not to pat myself on the back here, but like I can transition us from one topic to the next with just about anything. I can connect the dots.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Real good with it.
Thank you. I work on it. I've been honing that craft for a while now. Something that I feel like Oakland A's fans would not want to stick around. The possum, as we already mentioned. I don't think you were familiar with this story, and there's probably some people out there that aren't quite up to date with what's happening here.
I knew that there were, like, in the away broadcaster booth, I saw the video last year where there's like lockers behind them where they sit, and there's like animal cages and like bird cages and stuff like that in the lockers.
What are we?
Yeah, like traps, like
that's when you know
rodent
you should
traps.
Probably leave.
Ridiculous. Figure it out.
Yeah, so
but I didn't know about this current possum.
Like what?
Should we name him? Have they named him yet?
But look at this.
Pete.
Like, look at this, dude. He's literally, there's a hole in the ceiling that he's dropping down from. And he's just checking in.
Bro.
And the part that gets me, he's been living there since last season.
Yeah, you couldn't find a way to spend a couple $100 and get somebody out there to get him?
Are you kidding me? Get the possum out so that these visiting broadcast teams can do their job. That's not asking a lot. Like if you, example, you, Nate, where you're living there right now, if there was a possum living in your walls, what would you, if you discovered that there's a possum living in your walls today, what would you do? I can't say for certain, but my best guess would be you'd probably call some variation of animal control, some pest control, and say, hey, I don't care what you got to do. I'll pay you, but get this possum out of my walls. The A's are like, no, like, he's going to stick around.
Get my gun.
That too.
Handle it myself.
But he's like, no, he's part of the team now. We're gonna hire him a personal chef. We're gonna lay out some pillows and blankets for him. Some
rally possum. Need something to get behind, Kyle. Come on.
Like,
the A's need something to get behind.
No. No.
Rally rabies. That's what we'll call it.
I'm sorry, dude. I've really tried to come to the defense at times for A's fans to be like, look, I know it's a tough spot to be in. You're trying to boycott ownership, not show up to baseball games. You're not going to show up to opening day because you're trying to prove a point. But the consequence of that is that's just further ammunition, that's further evidence for ownership to go, well, this is as good as it's going to get. So Vegas, here we come. Or fill in the blank city, here we come. But like, independent from that, when you have a possum that prevents major league related staff positions from doing their job on a daily basis, not even doing it well, just do it. Like even if the broadcast team sucked, it wouldn't matter because they couldn't even get into the room because there's a possum living in the walls. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't defend that if you're an A's fan. Like it's not at this point, it's not cute. It's just sad because it reeks of what your team represents right now. Like we joke about the Mets all the time. This is different. Like,
no, this is embarrassing to baseball. This is like, embarrassing to professional sports, is what it is. It's bad. This is bad. Not acceptable. At all. Like, it's done. It's got to go. It's got to happen. Get out. Go anywhere else. I don't care. And don't, I mean, even the they had like their anniversary this year, yesterday, of like I don't know, some World Series winning team. I think it was back in the 70s. There's like 200 people there, dude. Like, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I don't care about your history. I don't care about your city. Get out. You're done. It's all done. This is, I've been on the Rays being like the worst scenario. This is way worse. This is way worse because at least the Rays are a winning product.
Yes, and the difference between the Rays and the A's is the animal that the Rays have in their stadium was sanctioned to be like, it's allowed to be there. They want that animal there. He's not living in the tank rent-free because he somehow swam his way up into it last year and they just decided, well, maybe we should just, see how this relationship goes. If he's nice to us, we'll let him stick around. No, they brought that Ray into the tank. But the A's, I'm guessing, I would hope, had no intention of letting a possum into their stadium walls, but they said, you know what? Let's wait this out. Let's see how it goes.
Did they say where the broadcast team went?
No, but who? I think it was the Mets this weekend, right? Yeah, I think it was their broadcast crew. They came on and said, I saw the clip. I don't remember what it was verbatim, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, we're coming to you live from the broadcast booth right now because they had to do it elsewhere.
I'd love to see Keith Hernandez and a possum go at it.
Just a joke, man. Just a joke. What else we got here? Fernando Tatis. It's worth talking about this minor league stint.
Goodness, what are we doing? ruining people, ruining baseballs,
dude, like ending guys' careers, man.
Yeah.
Like it's sad. It's sad all around. 6 home runs in his last 12 at bats with AAA El Paso Chihuahuas. He's going to be joining the team on Thursday. He had 3 home runs last Thursday and then 2 home runs again on Saturday. Did not play Friday. His 8-game stint with the Chihuahuas, he went 17 for 33, had 11 runs scored, 2 doubles, 7 home runs, 15 ribbies, 2 stolen bases, and take a guess at what the OPS is from that 8 games.
1,400.
No, see, now you're undercutting this time. I see what you did there. 1.802.
Goodness. Oh boy. This is what the Padres need, man. This is what they need. And I think he's going to come back with his hair on fire, bro. A lot to prove. A lot of haters. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to see it. That dude is fun to watch. He's an electric factory when he can do his thing. So a little spark for the slumping Padres.
I could see him coming back. I won't speak for everybody else because I have learned very quickly, just with him making headlines and reading some of these comments from people, even in just the last week, dude, people cannot stand this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize how bad that whole ringworm thing like really irked people. And I get it. Like we weren't exactly like his biggest supporters either.
Yeah.
But I can look at the situation and kind of like take it in stride. But people were coming unglued, dude.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how bad it was. But as I was saying, I could see him coming back and playing so well and hopefully playing at least to start kind of quietly, you know, like we talk about kind of similar but different situation, but like an Alex Bregman, when he finally comes back to the field, he's playing games every single day.
Yeah.
Following the scandal, he kept his head down, man. Like he can be a little noisy at times. He can chirp back and forth, but he kept his head down, man. He was wearing pitches in the ribs, kept his head down because he understood. He understood that he wasn't immune to everything that was going on around him. One would hope that in all of the time that Fernando Tatis has spent in the midst of this scandal, if that's what you want to call it, that he's kind of learned a little bit about himself. He's learned about how he can mature as a player. And that he comes back and, as I was saying, plays so well for the sake of baseball, plays so well and plays quietly out of the gate that he gets those people who are kind of on the fence about him right now to turn back in the direction they were facing him prior to all of this. Because, as I said, there's a large percentage of people that have completely just given up on this guy. And I understand, but I could see that very much happening. Like he's gonna get some people back. He's gonna capture the hearts of a lot of baseball fans when he comes back.
Yeah, it'll start in San Diego too. It'll start with Padres fans. He wins them back, and Padres already have like this like us against the world mentality for some reason. I don't know why. Like Padres fans act like we all hate the Padres.
Well, because Padres fans are the worst. Like I get that. Like they're just the worst.
What is that about?
I don't know. They love their team, but it's
they haven't done anything yet. First off, secondly, like no one is hating on you. Everyone recognizes that you're good. You're spending all your money. Like you're doing what everyone asks. So I got nothing against the Padres.
There's definitely a little brother syndrome there for sure, which I get that, but like relax. Nobody, like people love now people love the Padres. People have always loved San Diego. Don't act like you're.
The Dodgers have more haters than the Padres have haters.
Oh, for sure.
So relax. It's going to be fine. So yeah, he'll win over the Padres fans, and then it'll be Padres fans will be like, fine, we'll just keep him. You know what I mean? If everyone hates on him so much, we'll just keep him. He's ours. I'm really interested to see him play in outfield every day. I want to see what that's like. I want to see that. I want to watch those games and see. Does it change things? You know? Do they flip him? It's an interesting story there too. You know what I mean? Because it seems to me like the Padres organization could be done with him, especially after the Bogart signing.
Yeah, but that goes back to my point where if he comes back and plays so well that even the people internally are going, yeah, you know what? Like we were a little hard on this guy for good reason, but like he's given us a reason to keep him around. So
we've already talked about Soto's gone.
Yeah,
Soto's gone.
I don't know where you get that money from.
Yeah, they can't. I don't think they can do it.
It's impossible to sign Soto and then throw your name in the hat for Shohei. It's impossible.
Yeah,
that's way too much.
I don't know how they're going to do Shohei either. I don't think they can do either of them.
The Padres would overextend themselves. Any team that's within range of Shohei, within that window of willingness to spend, any team would be willing to overextend themselves for Shohei, without a doubt. But you can't. There's overextending yourself, and then there's crippling your organization for years to come if you sign Soto, and then somehow I can't even fathom that. Like, there's no scenario in which that happens. It's impossible.
I agree.
But Tatis, it looks like he's scheduled to make his return on the 20th, which means they will be in Arizona going up against the first place D-backs.
Bring the juice. Maybe I'll go.
Chase Field, where legends have stood.
Brought the
Kyle
place
and
down. Yeah, that's true. I thought. And Scoop Wells.
And Scoop Wells. Just legendary all around. Up and down the lineup. Love that. Do you love the Ranger City Connect uniforms? Just dropped today.
Love the tops, hate the bottoms.
Yep. All right. That's all we got.
Enough of the colored pants, please. Stop.
Yeah, shout out. Well, not shout out in a good way. Shout out. What are you talking about? To Evan. He's in our fantasy league. He was in the comments today. I commented on our post. Of course, I put out the post from our podcast page, and then every now and then I'll comment from my personal page.
Sure.
So what?
Sure.
Not the only one. So I said, stop with the men's softball pants. The hat's fire though. And then Evan comes in here and says, you know, I'll give him some love with the handle. Evan_Bearfield 99. If you want to hit him up in the messages and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. He gets on there and says, mid-take, get with the times. Get with what times? There's no era where colored softball pants are the move. They've never been the move. They're not the move now. They never will be the move. They just look awful. The jerseys, I'm a big fan of the tops. The hats, I love
both. Yeah.
I might have to get the hat. The hat is money, dude.
Yeah.
But the pants, no.
The pants are not it. Colored dark pants have never been it. Stop. Just stop.
You sent me this graphic. I think it was from the Rangers. Little explanation, little infographic here on certain aspects of the uniform. So the logo, which is just money, says it's influenced by the Gothic lettering of the Dallas Eagles logo, with the spur honoring the Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs.
Love that.
April 21st is a vital date in the history of Texas, baseball in Texas, and the Texas Rangers.
There's that number on the collar, like the inside collar.
A little 421. They got a little animal figure on there. It says this mythical creature is created by imagining a blend of the Dallas Eagles and Fort Worth Panthers. A little tagline above the size patch at the bottom of the jersey says "Dream the Big Dream." Says it's a sentiment of Arlington Mayor Tom Vandergriff, whose tireless efforts helped bring an MLB team to his city.
I like that.
And then I believe, where would that logo be? Is that on the back of the hat? Or like, no. Oh, the side of the hat maybe?
Where?
Or maybe even on the pants. The state one.
The state with the horseshoe?
Yeah, it says...
in the spur, I mean...
Says this reimagined Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs logo honors the team that played in Arlington and proved this region could support an MLB team. I like that. I'm a fan of that.
That logo's sick. I think it's on the pants. I think it's like where like your pant pocket would typically be, like if you were in a pair of jeans or something.
Yeah. The font they went with says inspired by the 1920 championship medal won by the legendary Fort Worth Panthers. And then they have rope braid piping on the pants, which they say is a nod to the logo texture of the Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs.
Totally fine there.
Not basketball, by the way. There's people being like, what did the basketball team have to do with it?
No one cares about that.
It's not the Spurs. It's not those Spurs. Look it up. It's a pretty interesting story.
I'm fine with the rope piping on the side. Just do like a black piping that's a little bit bigger on white pants. What's wrong with that?
That's
white
the only
pants,
complaint. Well, cream.
Would you
cream, go white or would you go cream?
I would match it with whatever the jersey is, and it seems like a cream. Cream pants, a little bit of the... I don't like saying cream pants. Bugs me a little bit.
Off-white.
A little gross there.
You said it, not me.
The Rangers cream their pants, and they have
Stop it, dude.
The black border...
Monday.
The black border down with the white rope through like the black border. That's fine. That'll be fine. That'll do it. Just no colored pants. I'm very happy with the jersey though. The jersey is fire. I don't want that to get lost. The jersey and the hat are unbelievably sick. Job well done there. All the way around. Probably top 3. I would say top 3. Yeah. But did I make a joke?
No. I just wanted to use the soundboard.
Took you a year. You're just sitting there looking at me.
Full transparency. I just wanted to use the soundboard. I'm a fan.
I wish you didn't have that power.
That's the best, dude. There's literally nothing you can do about it aside from maybe just leaving the recording altogether, and I'm just sitting here stuck with the soundboard myself, just making noises. There's really nothing you can do about it. It's great. Yeah, hat's money. I may even have to snag one. I'm not really big into like just rocking other teams' merch like that.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no true connection or reason as to why I would have it, like if I maybe went to a Rangers game, like I haven't been to the new park yet. Maybe if I went there for a game, I was like, I want to get this hat. But like, I've never been one to pull the trigger just like sitting here in my house with no reason for getting such a thing. But it is sick enough to where I might do it.
I know.
Pretty sweet.
No, I'm all for it.
Pretty
big fan.
Sweet. Who's up next, by the way, on the schedule for that? It's the...
Couldn't tell you.
I just saw it this morning. Give people a little something to look forward to here. Where is it? There it is. So May, we've got the Reds, the
That's
Orioles.
what I was gonna guess. The Reds.
In May, we've got the Reds, the Orioles.
Can't wait for the Orioles.
The Mariners, dude. The Mariners.
Can't wait for those either.
Got some potential. I think there was one more. June. Oh, the Pirates coming in June. TBA, we've got the Guardians, Tigers, Yankees, Phillies, Cardinals, Rays, Jays, Twins, Mets.
Probably all next year.
Yeah. TBA on those. But yeah, that's what we got on deck.
Reds. She's going to be a big mustache.
Watch the Reds come out with just the most fire.
That'd be dope.
City Connect. And they're just a train wreck of a team.
That's another fraudulent ownership right there. I mean, when you have that fan base filling the streets for opening day, filling the streets.
And that's another reason I get on A's fans. They're talking about like, well, we're just not happy with ownership. I'm like, the Reds fans don't care. They show up for opening day. Like opening day should never be an excuse or an opportunity to use an excuse. Like opening day is opening day. Like I don't care what team you're a fan of, you show up. But the A's fans are like, no, like we're just not happy right now. It's like, okay, look at the Reds, dude. Like what seems like for miles, people just lining the streets, and that's just what they do there. It doesn't matter how good the team is, how bad the team is, they just show up. So don't give me the whole line. Like
it's a real baseball town.
Figure out
That's what a real baseball town looks like.
Yeah, just figure out a better time and place to do it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I got. Closing the book here. Logan Webb and Pablo Lopez. I think Pablo Lopez is closing in, but both involved with an extension. Logan Webb's is 5 years, $90 million with the Giants. And unless it's been confirmed within the last hour or so, Pablo Lopez is closing in on a 4-year, $73.5 million extension with the Twins.
Smart move there by the Twins.
That's smart, but what a sucky place to be if you're Pablo Lopez, dude.
For real.
You're chilling in Miami, and then they're like, yeah, sorry, we're sending you up to Minnesota. And then you barely get time to enjoy a cup of coffee, and they're saying, yeah, how's about another 4 years right here in Minnesota? Sure, I guess. I'll take the money.
What was the number, though?
73.5.
It's tradable. Tradable if they're disappointing.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Logan Webb, 5 for $90 million.
Deserved number right there. That's solid. I would ask for a little bit more. I think he's good, dude. I think he's really good.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Still a train wreck of a situation there, though. No identity. I think Gabe Kapler gets let go pretty soon, too. If not this year, maybe next year. It's underwhelming. How much of a slap in the face is it to watch Bruce Bochy go do his thing in Texas? You know, brought you all that success, retires, comes back. That guy knows what he's doing. That guy knows baseball. We're just rambling at this point, aren't we?
You know who else knows baseball?
Oh boy,
you're the one talking. I'm sitting here listening. How are we both rambling if you're the one talking?
Pete the Possum.
That's not a thing. You know who else knows baseball, Nate?
SeatGeek. Did I nail it?
Did you say seat?
I nailed it, didn't I?
Did you say seat?
You didn't know I would get it, but I got it.
I mean, I try to do these people a favor by like not just dropping it every episode. I try to like sprinkle it in from time to time, and I sprinkle it in at the end. So like, don't come at me for excessive ad reading because like I'm doing the bare minimum here for SeatGeek, but I should be doing more. You know why, Nate? Because they're fantastic. SeatGeek is the answer to all your ticket needs. Are you looking for tickets? You have plans with friend or family to make it to an upcoming game or concert, or even looking months ahead to nail down a date to get tickets before they sell out? With SeatGeek, you can find tickets to games, concert shows, and even theater performances with just a few easy clicks. We're making it even better for you if you're a first-time user of SeatGeek. Next time you add some tickets to your cart, use our promo code 30TAKE. That's our social handle.
Try DTD, see if that still works.
It might. I think you said you tried it like in the off season. I think you said it still worked. Or that may have been for something else. But you can try it. Why not? You get 2 promo codes for the price of 1. Save $20 instantly after first purchase as a first-time user. So all you got to do is save some of that.
Cold hard cash.
Enter promo code 30TAKE at checkout, baby. SeatGeek.
I just feel like I hit a nuke and I'm jogging the bases right there.
That's all I got.
Cool. All done?
All done. See you guys Thursday. Oh, before we go, we don't ask this a lot. Ask them from time to time. Show us some love. Hit us up on YouTube. Subscribe. Leave us a review. Just whatever you feel like you can contribute to help it.
Some kind words
to help the train move along a little bit here.
Yeah.
YouTube subscription would be super clutch if you
might as well just run down this list. Be sure to hit up our voicemail too. Got the number in the bio.
We don't want to give people too much to work with here.
Make sure to, I don't know, I can't think of anything else.
I've mentioned review, subscribe on YouTube. Tag us in your
stories, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. If you're catching a game,
we pretty much share everything.
Yeah, pretty much share everything.
Yeah.
We try to, at least, and we don't always get to everything, but we do our best. But yeah, right now we're really pushing the YouTube thing. We're putting up all of our full episodes on there. So if maybe you're sitting at the office one day and you got a dual monitor setup going, and maybe you want to, or maybe you just got a single monitor and you don't want to work, just put us up on the single monitor and catch every episode on there. Gonna start trying to get into some more short form stuff this year. So we'll see how that works. But yeah, hit us up on YouTube. As the influencers say, smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
Smash the subscribe button. And we would greatly appreciate it. Now that's all I got for the people.
Cool. Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love you all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.